If you're a physical therapy applicant and you're struggling to figure out which school you want to apply to or which school you should apply to, if so, you came to the right place. Welcome back, YouTube. My name is LD Woods, and I'm one of the co-founders of Admissions Highway, a company that's dedicated to helping future physical therapists. So I know many of you are going through this PTCAS application process, and when you log on there, you see hundreds of schools that you can apply to, and you're wondering which one of these schools should I be applying to, and what's the best way for me to help guarantee myself admission into a physical therapy program. And I'm here today to help you with that process. So let's get started. I would say we have three categories. We have our above average applicants, we have our average applicants, and then we have our below average applicants. And primarily when we're classifying above average, average, and below average, what we're talking about is your GPA. And that's primarily because that's the number one thing that your programs are looking at. So my above average applicants, you are somebody that has a cumulative GPA of more than 3.5. You also have a GRE score, verbal and quantitative, that's greater than 150, both of them. And then you also have at least a 3.5 on your written. If you're that applicant, then I would tell you to put yourself at the above average category. If you're an applicant that is hovering around a 3.5, so you have a 3.5 to let's just say a 3.3, then you will be my average candidate. As far as GRE scores go, you had about a 150 on the verbal, 150 on the quantitative, and then also a 3.5 on the written or the analytic. And then my below average. So that group, I would tell you, you have less than a 3.3. So you're 3.2 and below, and you've also scored less than a 150 on the verbal or the quantitative GRE, and then you have less than a 3.5 on the written or the analytical portion of the GRE. So once you have your categories, I think that's going to help you to figure out which school that you should be applying to. If you're my above average, I feel like you have the discretion to apply to any school that you want to, as long as you're able to meet their prerequisites. Some of them may have different prerequisites related to number of volunteer hours or observational settings. Just make sure you meet all those. As long as you meet all those, I would tell you to apply to any school that's under the sun that fits what you're looking for. If you're my average candidate, I would tell you to be a little bit more selective on the schools that you apply to. When you look at some of those schools, I want you to be near or at the top of their average. So when we're talking about grade point average in GRE, you want to be right near their most recent class. My below average applicants, you have to be very selective on the programs that you apply to. And the reason I'm telling you this is I don't want you to waste your money. I don't want you to apply to a program that you're not going to be competitive at. And unfortunately, I understand the landscape. And my advice to you is reach out to us at admissionshighway.com, and we can help find you those ideal programs that value you as an applicant. Because some of those programs out there, they don't value what you bring to the table. You bring so much wealth of knowledge, whether that's life experience, whether that's volunteer hours, whether that's community service. You bring that, and there are programs out there that value you, that you would align best with. So reach out to us and let us help you find that program. So one, you can live out your dream, and two, we can save you a little bit of money for not applying to the incorrect school. Now, the third and final step that you need to do. So we've put ourselves in the categories, we found the right program, Your third and final step is just to reach out to that program and figure out what are those things that you value. Each program will have a few things that they value. So reach out to that program to figure that out. It could be everything from volunteer hours to leadership experience, but you need to reach out to that program to see what are those things that they value. And then if their values match your value, then guess what? That's the program that you should apply to. Now, I know that's a lot of information, and if you need some additional assistance or guidance along this process, reach out to me and my partner at www.admissionshighway.com, and we will be glad to walk you through this process and help you find the right fit for you. Because if you ask us, our opinion, getting into physical therapy school is easy as long as you find the right program. And especially for those applicants out there who've applied in previous cycles and have not gotten in, me and my partner would love to help you live out your dream of becoming a physical therapist. Benefit from this? Do me a favor and share this video with them. Again, our goal is to help as many people as possible live their dream of becoming a physical therapist.